I have built the team that runs my business without me, and you can do that too. Hi, I am Alina Gogo. Thank you for watching my videos. On this channel, I talk about how to start the business from scratch and how to make lesser mistakes. On this video, we're going to talk about building your dream team. First and foremost, I want to tell you that as a beginner entrepreneur, I do hear you that it's so scary to hire people. I get it. I've been there. However, there's only two types of entrepreneurs. The ones that are operators of their business that do everything on their own. And this is actually a model that exists. If you want to be one of them, that's totally fine. However, if you want to grow, if you want to scale, if you want to create a business that's going to work nationwide, worldwide, that's gonna be running without you, then you need a team. I believe my superpower is building the greatest team ever. My team indeed works without me. I know nothing about day-to-day operations in my business. I only step in when there is a problem to solve or there is a bigger vision to think of. Let's talk about how to build a dream team. Number one, set clear goals and visions. Hiring people is not step one. Step one is to understand yourself, what it is that you want, what it is that this person needs to do, and how do you see your business in a year, in 5 years? What's your goal? What's the strategy? I've had several consultations for beginner entrepreneurs, and most of them have the same problem. They think that they can do everything themselves. Yes, you sure can do everything yourself, but do you want to do everything yourself? At the beginning, you probably can, but if you want to scale, you need people, you need help. First step I suggest to all my beginner entrepreneur clients is to set up a reminder on your phone for every 15 minutes of your awake time. And whenever the alarm goes on, you write down whatever you're doing right now. Be honest. Don't think that, oh my God, I'm scrolling social media. This is so bad. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna do something else. No. Just record honestly everything that you do. Then at the end of the week, and I suggest including the weekends just because as entrepreneurs, we tend to work a little more than we should. That's why we work on the weekends as well. So all 7 days of the week should be on your spreadsheet, and then color code each task. That way you will see a clear picture of what your day looks like, and you'll be surprised. I guarantee that you think what you do is completely different to what you actually do. That's why color code the tasks and see which of these tasks are not pleasant for you, you're not efficient at, you don't like doing, and simple repetitive tasks that you don't mind doing, they're not annoying. 5 minutes of data entry, 10 minutes of bookkeeping. Yeah, it's just 5 minutes, but 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, there is a few hours of your life. Once you see this color coded, you're gonna see a picture of something that you need help with, something that you can delegate and you should delegate. Once you have this clear understanding of how your day looks like, how your week looks like, and you have an idea of what it is that you want to delegate, you can probably find like several people to hire. And remember, that doesn't mean that you're gonna hire a full-time employee right away. You can hire a high school student for 10 hours a month to schedule your appointments. That wouldn't hurt, but it's gonna allocate 10 hours of your life, 10 hours that you can spend on thinking what it is you can do better in your business. And time flies. You need that extra 10 hours. The next step, once you understand who you need to hire, where you need help, you need to hire the right people. You just need to find people that are similar with you in values. If your core value is honesty, you need to find the person who's going to be as honest as possible. Once you have a clear understanding of yourself, it's going to be easier for you to find the right people for you. I've heard that on my consultation with a beginner entrepreneur that, let's say you're hiring a personal assistant and you have them record a video about themselves and send them during the interview process. And my question is, do you require your personal assistant being on camera for their work? And the answer most likely is a no. That's why would you ask a person to be on camera if you don't want them to be on camera during their work hours. That means you're missing out on those who are not comfortable with being on camera, who are introverted, but at the same time, they would be amazing personal assistant if you want them to do an invisible job, to do something on the background. That's why you need to have a clear picture of the person that you want to hire. Another mistake that beginner entrepreneurs do, they look for people like them completely. However, you need a diversified team. You need a team with different types of people, different types of personalities. You cannot win the chess game with the kings only. In your team, you need like introverted and extroverted people. You need people who are detail-oriented as well as people with bigger vision. You need great leaders and great followers. You need all sorts of people. However, they all need to be very similar in the core value. Another side note, no one is gonna love your business as much as you do. That's a given. That's impossible that everyone is gonna be working crazy hours just because they love your product or they love your idea. No, it's only you. It's your business. It's your idea. It's your baby at the end of the day. Number 3, create a strong connection. Allocate the time for one-on-one with every single member of your team. Especially when your team is small, you can find 15-minute slot in your schedule to talk to a person, to build the relationship, to make them feel safe so that they can share honestly with you what's going on in their life, how they feel about the work environment, the job that they're doing, what do they think about the product, and so on, so that you have clear communication, clear connection, so people feel taken care of. At the same time, during this one-on-one meetings, you can find their motivation. Every single person has its own motivation, and your job as a leader to find this motivation. For some people, it is important to have a stability. That's why you have to give them the assurance of some kind of stability. There is no stability in business. That's also a side note. However, you can tell them, hey, this is my vision for the next 3 months, for the next half a year, for the next year. So this is where we can grow. That's why this person would feel, oh, okay, for the next 12 months, I'm good, I'm set, and this is approximate idea of how it's going to work. Another person, it is important to have challenges in work. And then you say, okay, we're going to do this. I'm not sure how to do that yet, so it's going to be on you. Maybe you're going to come up with a clever idea. That's why you need to find people's triggers, people values. This is the only way to do that, to build a strong connection, to build a strong communication, is one-on-one meetings. And of course, some kind of team buildings, team traditions, also very important. We celebrate birthdays in our company. We get together, we make one big gift. We all chip in, celebrate with a cake, with a gift, or find the time to go out together. So this is also very important. So building a trust and finding the motivation, having this one-on-one meetings to establish the relationships with every single member of your team, especially when your team is small. Later, you're gonna train your leaders to do the same with their employees. The next very important part is encouraging collaborations and teamwork, meaning you need to build that relationship and you need to connect every single person in your team between each other so that they work as a team, that they back each other up, that they use their strengths and they help with their weaknesses. Again, especially if it's a small team, every single member needs to know what's his responsibilities, of course. So they need to have a clear vision of what it is that they were hired to do and what it is that their responsibilities. At the same time, they also need to know if they have a question, if they have an issue, who do they go to? So they know, okay, I am building the website, I'm responsible for the technical side of it. However, where do I get the graphic designs? Where do I get the verbiage of the website with the SEO keywords and so on? Everyone in the team, they need to know how to collaborate with each other, how to get together to solve some kind of problem so that you don't get into a situation when every single person goes to you and then you communicate with another person. That means that you're administrator of the business, and that means that you're gonna spend your entire time being a communicator between your team members. This is not very efficient, and you need to delegate the authorities to make decisions. And the key, you need to train and encourage them to work in team and collaborate all together. Another important point of having a strong team is that you need to create the environment so that people feel safe to make their own decisions and to come to you with a solution. Let's say there is a problem and your employee comes to you and say, hey, we have this problem. and silence. So that's not the best scenario. Instead, what you want is like, hey, we have a problem. I have 2 ideas of how to solve it, this or that. And you as a business owner can pick one. There is situations when you are unavailable to make these decisions, and you need to make your employee feel safe to make this decision for you and to be responsible for this decision after. Maybe it's not the best one, especially if they've never done this before. If they're not trained, most likely it's going to be a wrong decision. However, with every wrong decision, there's going to be a learning curve and they're going to make better decisions later. Of course, it's going to cost you a little bit at the beginning if you don't train them well, if you don't explain their tasks and their responsibilities. However, again, it's very important for them to feel safe, to make decisions, to solve the problem, so your business does not stop if you're unavailable. Actually, a week ago, I was having a massage, enjoying my life, and there was an issue with the freight pickup of a few pallets at the warehouse, and my employees got into a situation that they've never been before, and I've never been in that situation before either. Since I was unavailable to make this decision, they chose to do something, so the problem was actually solved. The way it was solved was questionable. However, I still gave them a word of encouragement. Thank you for solving the problem. You did a great job taking the responsibility. Of course, I would make it differently if you have similar situation next time. This is what you should do. However, again, you did a great job solving the problem. Building a team is actually really fun. It's gonna take time to find right people, get to know them, to get used to working with them. Of course, there are gonna be situations where you don't match. So let's say a person is like great at work, but horrible with communication, and you can't figure it out, you would probably let this person go. Or there might be a situation where it's like super creative person and the creativity level is over the border and it's so good and this is the one that you were waiting for. However, he or she is super messy. They can't keep their work boundaries together. It's really hard to work with this person for everyone in the team. For me, it would be mostly a no. You need to find people who are better than you in the task that they are responsible for. I guarantee there are so many people who do things better than you. Find people, build the relationship with them, build the trust, connect them all together, give them the assurance and the comfortable environment to work, to make decisions, to perform the work well, and to communicate with you on the level that you want to become. Once you grow, it's not going to be easier. There are going to be still problems, and most likely the problems are going to be bigger. However, the key is it's not going to be harder. It's going to be the same. If you survive in this moment, you're going to be fine in the moment when you grow. Because yes, the problems are bigger. Yes, the responsibilities are much bigger. However, you are bigger internally. You have bigger capacity to process. You just expand internally in order to process a bigger stream of things, good and bad. If you think that once you hire people, there are going to be more problems, there are going to be more problems for sure, but there are going to be also more things done. So you choose whether to stay where you are, get whatever you got as of now, or do something else to get something bigger. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to click subscribe and like. And until next time, thank you. Bye.